Hey guys, before we get started, I want to make sure that I let you know that we have a brand new dedicated podcast channel. Make sure you head over there, like it, subscribe. It's called the I Speak Jeep podcast. And that's that really rocking. You can see I've got the shirt here. And it's a really rocking podcast that we do every Monday live at 10:19 a.m. And then it goes up on all your favorite streaming platforms. So if you're not already downloading and listening to us through Spotify and iTunes and all the other good places, then you got to be over there. Like, follow, subscribe, do all those kind of goody things so that you can get all the Jeep content, all the Jeep time. And honestly, we tell like ridiculous stories that are not Jeep related. So head over there and check it out. Folks, if this is your first time joining us, my name is Neil with SFJ4x4.com, coming at you again with another marketplace review. We all know that used and new vehicle market is crazy right now. And I have spent, 10, 12, 14 weeks at this point in time reviewing other people's listings for how they sell a vehicle. A number of you have reached out and said, well, I see you smack talking and telling us, about this. And people have said, hey, I've actually learned and picked up to do or not to do something based on your video. But why don't you actually tell us how to sell something on Marketplace? So that video will be coming out in the very near future. Make sure that you've liked and subscribed this channel now so that you can get that video when it drops. With no further ado, we'll head over to my personal Facebook page and we'll dig in and see what is for sale. Don't mind this really sick picture of our media manager, Scott L., tooling around in his LJ. Let's jump in. Ooh, that's a fun color. Got the BF Goodrich KO series tires. Oh, kind of old to me. 1997 Jeep Wrangler, $10,500, 133,500 miles. Go down to the seller's description. Let's see how serious they are about getting rid of this thing. Clean title. It's a 97. I should hope so. 133,000 original miles, 4-cylinder, 5-speed manual. That puts us at a 2.5 cylinder with an AX5 transmission. 35-inch BF Goodrich AT tires. Still have nubs on them. That's a big tire. Let's hope this Jeep's re-geared. 3-inch suspension lift, 1.5-inch body lift, detachable links. That's their sway bar links, I believe they're saying. 411 gears with Detroit lockers. Well, that's a factory gear ratio, so that means this thing can't get out of its own way. Crossover steering system. Okay. Restored in 2018 with the following. Custom tube wheel flares. Okay, fenders, yep. New paint, new windshield, new hood and latches. Rhino line entire interior floor and walls, dig it. New XRC racing seats in the front. Fold and flip or fold and tumble seat in the rear. New seat belts, new rear bumper. New swinging oversized tire mount. New front bumper, new XRC 9,500-pound winch and wired remote. Tops, bikini top, Clearview wind stopper, tonneau cover, bimini top, new window skins. Then we get into our sound system, 800-watt Bluetooth Marine sound bar, door hinge mirrors for when the doors are off, keep you legal eagle. I have owned this for approximately 12 years. In 2018, I restored it. And I was going to put an 8-cylinder motor in. It's a weird way to say that. An 8-cylinder motor in. However, life happens and the project didn't get finished. It is still a ton of fun to drive with a smaller motor and gets a lot of looks going down the road, asking $10,500. This is a tall Jeep and should only be driven by adults. I will not sell this to anyone under the age of 21. Thanks, Dad. That's cool. way to keep people safe. All right. Okay. Here's the thing. Let's talk about the nuts and bolts of how the listing reads. First of all, accurate description, appropriate mileage. We get into the actual seller's description, and it's clear. It's reasonably bullet pointed, and it's printed clearly so that you can easily digest the information there. We have some brand awareness. So we have the BF Goodrich. We've got the XRC racing seats. We've got XRC 9,500 pound winch. Realistically, I can see there's a lot of Smittybilt all over the Jeep. It's got these sweet 90s. They're not quite the Typhoon, but the 90s inspired wheels here. Got the KO series tires with way too much air in them, but they're there nonetheless. The paint is from our position pretty beautiful. So I hope the rest of the Jeep follows. We've got the big car aluminum side step. I got to tell you, this is actually a really attractive profile. It's a good picture, lots of good light. As a product of the aftermarket of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, I can dig this wheel tire combo. Classy. Pretty standard stuff, getting us in on the front view. We're proud of our Smittybilt winch. We're getting the glory shot here. They're showing us the steering setup ish, kind of. There's our sound bar. I have never seen that in a Jeep. I think that's awesome. I think my head would smack off of it as well. They painted the roll bar. They took the time to paint the roll bar. Good for you. Good on you. No roll bar padding. The lining. It's clean. Hey, you got good pictures. Giving us another, this is like a Smittybilt or rugged ridge rear bumper. Got the little integrated hitch here. Yep, it opens. That's good, as it should. And we're back to the beginning. All right, so, hey, if you've ever watched any of these series before, they're landscape photos. You see that? They're all landscape photos, realistically. So what that tells me is you used all the real estate to your advantage in the picture. You got great broad daylight. The listing itself is clear and reasonably easy to read. I'd love to see some more name brand awareness in there. I'd love to see some underhood shots. I'd like to see a gauge shot of it running. I want to see the floorboards. I like to see under the frame. Overall, this person is halfway there, right? I love that their finger is in this picture right here. That's like, I'm going to use my smartphone to take a picture. Yep, fingers in the picture. It's okay. Look at that. That's a good looking Jeep. If you're in it for aesthetics, I can see what they were intending to do. I'd love to know who painted it, who rhino lined it. Some of those logistics, that really tells me how to value my dollar. It's at the end of the day, it's a 97, and you want $10,000 plus dollars. About 5 years ago, this was a $4,000 Jeep minus the paint. You could have had a lift kit on it. You could have had a bumper on it. Maybe it'd bring you $4,500. I understand it's painted. You got Detroits in it. The gears make sense if you were going to put a V8 in it, or as this person writes, an 8-cylinder motor in it. I think that's so fun. It's tall. That means that customer saying that I have concerns over the suspension alignment to say, is roll center appropriate? But saying, hey, you're not going to sell it to somebody over, under 21. Whatever. To each their own. Interesting. You know what? The overall, there's so many good things going on in this listing. I'm going to give this listing a 3.871. A 3.871. Bam. Let's move on to the next one and see how it goes. Ooh, YJ. Where does this bar go? What am I looking at? All right, 1991 Jeep Wrangler, $30,000. Tell me why. I mean, something's only worth as much as somebody else is willing to pay for it. 1991 Jeep Wrangler SUV, driven 18,000 miles. Okay. I have a 91 YJ Rock Crawler for sale. This is an amazing point-and-shoot rig with quality parts on it. The only reason I'm selling is I just do not use it as much as though I was going to. I built this rig a year and a half ago. All suspension is only 6 months old because I went to the coilovers and stretched the wheelbase. I have a lot of pictures, but can only post a few. I have the parts list in the last pictures. I am missing something for sure. I am asking $30,000 or best offer. If you have any questions, please message me or text call. Thank you and have a great day. But you know what? This sounds like somebody who's reasonable to work with. I appreciate the little summary, right? Like the last one, I really dug the bullet points of the parts and pieces. And that tells me that you're really serious, that you've taken time to create the listing. You're serious about selling. I then want to see this type of little summary, much like the last person in their conversation about a V8. Tell me a little bit, contextualize the Jeep and you as an owner just a little bit to tell me why it should be worth the money that you're asking. Not bad, right? Not bad. And honestly, if it's a buggy, if it's tubed, if it's certain parts, pieces, steering, whatever, may very well be worth it. I can already see some KMCs, some color match. I can see some PSC hydro, obviously the coilovers, the stretch, the tube work. Lots of very cool things going on here. So let's take a gander. Oh, look at it stretching its legs. All twisted up, slinky style, fly eyes. Let me go back. I just can't. They're not quite fly eyes. Fly eyes are when you've got like all the LED chips here in the headlight. This is some other cattywampus Amazon headlight thing going on. Oh, look how they did this. So I'm wondering if under the hood, so this right here, and it was probably in the other pictures as well, is our coilover hoop. And then this is a support bar. And I think they've got that Frenched into the grill. And I got to be honest, if they did that, that's some nice quality work there. This is beautiful. Nice shots. Show us in use. Wish it wasn't in portrait, all of them. But, definitely seeing it work it out. Got a little shadow work. Oh, they showed me the picture I was just talking about. Look at that. I dig it. They did a great job. And you know what? Just for funsies, I'm going to show you this piece right here where this support is going to be removable. It bolts here with a flush mount plate. Look how they have it Frenched into the grill. That's fantastic. Here's our coilover hoops. Really, really nice work because there's actually a bend here as well, plus this hoop here. Man, that's some cool hoop work. Look at that low center of gravity and that stretched wheelbase. That thing will climb some stuff. The approach angle, which is, at a negative at that point, our departure angle, spectacular. Nice engineering in this. There's our full hydro. It looks like a synthetic line. Hydraulic bumps. They did some stuff. Look at that. Oh God, that is beautiful. If you are at all a buggy guy, you like a Jeep buggy, this is why we do it. Look how that's just a beautiful picturesque picture. I might steal that, make it my background. All right, we know that's very capable. We got lots of capable. There we go. So there's our Jeep build. That's it. That's what you gave me. All right, there is more. All right, custom 6-point roll cage, custom dash, autometer gauges, Corbu front seats, Corbu 5-point latch harness, Motobilt 15-gallon fuel cell, Milwaukee pack-out toolboxes. You're going to include your toolboxes with it? That's kind of neat. Artec fluid holder, Bluetooth stereo, heat works amazing, carpet kit and sound dampening install, 6-gang push button switch panel, Exterior, Genrite, fenders, best top, poison spider hood louvers, built-in pods in the grill, rear pods, all aluminum skid, rock lights. Wheels and tires are 39 blue label crawlers, KMC machetes, 60 front axle, 538 Yukons, Yukon spool, Yukon hardcore lockouts, chrome only 35 spline outer shafts, lots and lots of good stuff. Rear 14 bolt, 538s, obviously. Grizzly locker, 13 bolt cover, which means they shaved it. He doesn't mention the shave kit, but that's what that cover tells me. Pinion guard, 1350, and disc brake conversion. I can appreciate all of that. I've got that done to my personal Jeep. Radflow. Oh, Radflow Resis. There's our coilovers at all four corners. Extra springs. More Radflow. Travel air bump stops all four corners. Aluminum links. Double triangulated rear. Double triangulated front. Wide open design. Limit straps all four corners. 4.6 stroker. That's interesting. Griffin radiator. Custom intake. PSC full hydro brakes. Interior. I must have looked at those in the backwards, but that's okay. I dig it. I dig it. Right now, here's the thing. Are you going to get in it and are you going to go 60 miles an hour down the highway to go visit your grandma Lucy and take her out to dinner for a sweet grandma's day? No, you're not. Are you going to go, impress everybody on the trail because you can just do virtually anything in the country? Yes, you are. If you like a YJ, if you like getting in and out of a Jeep, if you like a full body, that obviously this is not a Jeep that you want to flip on its side. There's definitely some very redeemable, awesome stuff, some engineering that's gone into us. I dig how overbuilt it is. However, does it make it discernible for the average consumer to buy this? Description was good. I like the little synopsis and summary. I'd like for you to take the time to put this into the write-up, but the fact that you just included it makes me happy as well. Good pictures. I really don't have any dash. I really don't have any, specific undercarriage. I mean, I can see stuff, but I didn't get that specific vantage point that I'm looking for. I want to look down more at the engine. I want to look at that interior, so on and so forth. This is a great vehicle overall. The listing is average, but definitely a contender. I'm going to give this one easily a 3.963. All right, let's see what the last one is, because we've got some hot Jeeps today. Oh, buddy. Oh, I love a Gen 1 Cherokee. 1987 Jeep Cherokee, $3,150. Got the fly eyes. So look at all that chrome Renix era grill header panel right here. I dig it. I had one just like this. Driven 180,000 miles. Exterior color burgundy. Read the last picture. Trades welcome. Okay, that was underwhelming. Well, we're in the we're a portrait and we're in the car wash and we're taking pictures of somebody just washing the Jeep. We're hosing on. Oh, more car wash pictures. Yeah, more car wash pictures of the. Is that the same picture? No, they're literally multiple pictures of the exact same thing. Oh my God, this is even better. Let me. Just a little bit different angle. I don't even ever get to see the back of the Jeep, underneath the Jeep, to the side of the Jeep. This person was just like, hey, this is a cool Jeep. I'm going to sell it now. All right, new 33-inch tires and rims, relatively new 3-inch lift, new alternator, new starter, straight pipe exhaust, of course. LED light bar, LED headlights, aftermarket radio. Have a headliner for it, just haven't put it in. Have sun visors for it, just haven't put them in. Has seat covers, new E3 spark plugs. Don't put those in your vehicle. Don't put those in a Jeep. Just haven't put them in. There's a lot of stuff you just haven't put in. 2 new washer pumps just haven't been put in. Comes with an aftermarket cup holder that needs new bolts. Needs floor pans, needs a new T-case, runs and drive, but needs work done before it can be driven on the road. And you want $3,150 for it. Here's the thing. If the seller's description has it in Virginia Beach, Virginia. It's an 87. It's cool. It's a Renix era Jeep. 180,000 miles. This makes me want to, puke in my mouth a little bit, but that's low miles for a Renix Jeep. At the same time, you're still running into tons of other issues. It says it needs floor pans. What else does it need? I don't know. $3,150 is a lot of money for a bunch of, portrait pictures that don't tell me a whole lot about the Jeep. The clear coat on these is really challenging. They all peeled. It just was what was getting sprayed as it went down the line. I love these Jeeps. I had one of these. I had an 89. It was slightly lighter red than this. I'm the buyer who would dip into my pocket for the right amount of money and buy this Jeep regardless of what's going on. However, you have to convince the person who's receiving it. I think we're at a clear situation where this person's like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to test the waters and, and see if somebody bites. This Jeep, probably will sell local. But I'm the kind of guy who's like, you know what? 10 hours away, Southern Jeep, I might buy it. But you got to tell me why and how. You got to kind of entice me. Otherwise, we'll just pass over it, move on to something else that is, has more oomph behind the listing. This could be a very good Jeep. I was very excited about it at first. At this point, I'm just not seeing the value of the sale in what has been presented. We're going to give this one a 2.475. 2.475. All right, at this point in time, we reach into the magic algorithm to say, what is the best bang for my buck to say, if I had that money, regardless of how much it is, if I had that money, what has made me, based on the listings and the vehicles that I'm looking at, what is the best bang for your dollar, right? And so will it be the 1987 Jeep Cherokee that spends all of its time at the car wash, the 91 Crawler for $30,000 with all the goodies and the rad flow, or the 10.5 TJ with the 4-cylinder that wishes it was an 8-cylinder. I got to be honest with you folks, truly the best dollar of value here is this 91. There's not a whole lot of 1991 left on it. If you are in the market for a crawler or even just a really gnarly rig, this is it. You couldn't build this Jeep for $30,000. That's just flat out the reality of the situation. And if you are the guy that's home DIYing it, it would take you 6, 7, 8 years. You put $30,000 on the table and you're on the trail next week. I guarantee it. Great bang for your buck. Next one is going to be the 10.5 TJ. They're solid. They're a known entity, and this person has been through it. Do I love all the parts and pieces? Meh. But you know what? The listing's there. I feel like the person has presented a relatable and reliable seller's description, and so therefore has given me confidence to say, even though things aren't perfect, I think I can believe in this listing. And finally, just today, in third place, is the 87 Jeep Cherokee. I bet you it's beautiful. I bet it is worth every bit of $3,000, but I just don't know it from the listing. Folks, I hope you learned something. You enjoyed yourself. Take some tips back to, when you're scrolling the book of faces to look for that project that you don't need. Until then, you can find us on the SFJ 4x4 TV YouTube channel. Head over to the I Speak Jeep podcast channel, like, subscribe, and do all those kind of goodies. Make sure you like and subscribing on this. Look for that video coming out in the near future on how you should be listing your vehicles on Marketplace, Craigslist, so on and so forth. Until then, Jeep family, Jeep on.